to customize our agent announcement flyer in Canva. This is our free flyer for the month. So let's jump into Canva and customize this so that you can get it ready to send out to your clients. So first and foremost, we need to jump into our freebie. So you access that either through your email, or there is a link in the Facebook group. So just click the template link, and then when you're prompted with Canva, just click to use the template. So where we're going to start off with is just a very quick lay of the land in terms of where things are located in Canva for those of you that are very new. So up the top right-hand corner here, we have our share button, which is where when we're finished our design, where we go to share and download and everything like that. Then over on the far left side, we've got our nav, which is the black nav. So we've got text to uploads and everything like that. So the customization happens in the black nav on the side, and then when we're finished, we go up the top to the share button. So that's how Canva's laid out. And then we've also got down the bottom on the left-hand side is our little zoom, where we can zoom in and out. So I usually like to start with just making my template a little bit bigger so I can see it. So where we're going to start is we're going to add photos and logos. So in this particular template, we've got the circle up the top here. I've made a space for your photo. So a photo box is indicated by this sort of green field and blue sky. And then down the bottom, I've also got a square box, which is for your logo. So what we're going to do to start off with to add our headshot or your professional photo, and then we're also going to go ahead and add our logo. So the way that we do that is we come over to the side on our black nav, and we come across to the fourth one down, which is upload. So when we click on that, it will give us all of our options. If you haven't uploaded anything, you won't have anything, but I've been playing around doing some designs in Canva, so I've got quite a few things going on. So what we're going to do to upload a photo, you come up the top to the purple button that says upload files, and you click that, and then what it'll do is it'll allow you to to select a picture photo of yourself and your logo from your computer. So go ahead and add those. So what I'm going to do for mine is I have a pre-loaded photo of myself here. So what we do to get our picture into our Canva template is drag and drop. So Canva have a really handy feature where we can just drag and drop straight into our template, which is really handy. So the way that we do that is we come over and we select our picture, we click, so we hold our mouse click, and then we drag across. So I'm going to come across the picture of me here on the side. I'm going to click and hold, and then it allows me to drag the photo. So I'm dragging the photo, and then I'm putting my mouse into the center of the picture circle, and then I'm releasing, and it'll put the picture in there. So what we want to do to optimize our picture is, because you can see half of my head is cut off, so all that I'm going to do is double click on the picture, and it'll bring up a cross arrow in the center, and then that just allows us to move the picture up and down. So the other thing that I want to do too is you can also zoom in on your pictures. So I want a little bit closer on my face, and then whenever that we are in our picture, we've got the option to go to any of the circles in the white circles in the corner, and then we can actually drag to make the picture a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to come down, and I'm just going to use my cross arrows to reposition the picture, let go, and then we come down to our little done button, and then we click that, and there's our picture. So we're going to do the exact same thing with the logo. So again, I've got one preloaded, so I'm just going to drag and drop that straight in there. And that's the first step of our template being customized, is adding your pictures. So where we're going to move to next is we're going to select a background picture. So a background picture that I'm referring to is this picture up the top here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use Canva. So I'm going to show you where to find photos on Canva. So where we're going is again to the black nav on the side, and then we're actually going to come to the third one down the bottom, which is photos. So if we click on photos, this gives us access to Canva's library. So just a quick note, this is where I tend to see a big difference between the free version and the pro version of Canva is when we click on our photos and start having a look at these design elements, then we tend to see the free and the pro version. So what I mean by that is when we're looking over at our photos, when we have anything that has this little crown and then when we hover over it, it says pro, that means that it's included in the pro subscription. So anything that doesn't have that crown is free to use in the free version of Canva. So because we're working in the free version of Canva, we're going to select a photo that is in the free version. So I'm just looking for Greece, but you can type in anything, anything related to your travel. You can do beach, cruise, anything like that. So I'm just going to go with Greece. And then what we're doing is you can just scroll down and find a photo. So I think I did find one that I quite liked. So there's a lot of photos to pick from. So you can always just scroll down until you find something that you like. I think it was this one. So if we just click like how I've done, it'll put the picture just straight in the middle of our design. This is not the end of the world. Don't think that it is. If you forget to drag and drop and you just click and it puts the picture in the middle, what we can do is we can just hit the undo button, which will just get rid of it. So the undo button is up the top in this blue banner up the top beside the resize. It's this little button here, or you can use your Control Z on your keyboard for those that like the keyboard shortcuts. But if we just hit the undo and then it's gone. So a really handy feature with Canva is the undo button. We use it all the time. So to get our photo from the side, we come back and we're just clicking and we're dragging up to the top picture box. So I'm just going to click and drag it up and let go, and there it is. So I'm pretty happy with the position of this, but if you do want to reposition, move it up and down, again, you just double click and then it gives you the full picture, and then you can just move it up and down. But I was pretty happy where it was, so I'll probably just leave it there. And then we come down to our done button, and that's our picture added. So just a little note too, that as we go along, anything that you do in Canva is automatically saving your work in the background, so you don't have to be looking for a save button or anything like that. So where we're going to move across to now is our colors. So this is adding your branding colors to this template. So in the template, I have included, it's a creamy sort of grayish color scheme already, but that is just purely for sample sake. And we're going to go through and actually customize that now. So the way that we're going to customize is we're actually going to add 3 colors into our branding kit. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The reason why we would add colors to our branding kit is that once we do, the colors will follow you around Canva. So if you're using Canva for a lot of your business resources, which you should be, when we add these colors into your branding kit, they will follow you into every single design that you do in Canva, which is a really handy way of keeping your branding colors consistent. So how we access our colors is we click on anything that has a color. So this is the handy part about having a template, is that you're just looking for a box or an icon that already has a color. So we're just going to click on our rectangle here, and then up the top, it brings up the color box. So all that we're going to do is we're going to click on our color. So this is just beside our photos on the side here. So if we click our color box, it opens up all of our colors. So as we can see, we've got our document colors, and then underneath is this branding kit. So this is the colors, this is the branding kit that I'm talking about. That'll follow you around Canva. So you can add 3 in the free version of Canva. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to actually put our colors into our template, and then I'll show you how to just quickly add them into the branding kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a little bit of a dual color scheme. So I'm going to add some blues, and then I might look at adding maybe a sandy color or something like that. So if you have branding colors, then go ahead and add those. So you can put them in through the hex code up the top here. Or we can use our color selector, which will give you a gradient here. If you're like me and you don't have colors, or you're not concrete on colors, we're going to use our picture to help select some colors. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come down to the third section here, which is color photos. So Canva is really good in picking up colors from photos that are uploaded into our design. So you can see I've got a range of colors here from this grease photo that I've taken. So I've got a blue, and then this sort of beigey color. So these are all ones that Canva selected, and then it's also given me some from my headshot as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use can tell that I'm doing this on the go, because I haven't decided which color that I like. So what we might do is we might pick up a little bit of this darker blue with this color here. So what we might do is I'm going to select this deeper blue, and I'm going to put it as my icons. So I like having 3 colors in my design. So this lighter color, this medium shade, and then the icons, I like having them a little bit darker so that they pop a little bit more. So what we're going to do is I'm going to select my icon. I'm just going to click on it. And then what we can do is we can click to add the color. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So because I've made the icons, which is these 3 down the bottom and these 2 over the side, the same color, I'm going to show you a little shortcut so that we're not clicking 5 times, is that when we are changing this particular color, we can come down the bottom and we have this change all button. So at the very bottom of our color little pop-up, we've got change all. So it's going to change all from this tan, sandy sort of color to this blue. So if I hit change all, it's going to do that for me. So this is a really handy feature if you've got a long document that is more than a couple of pages. Instead of manually changing all the colors, you can change them through this change all feature, and it'll change them all instantly, which is really, really handy and very quick. So I've added our blues in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, and I think I'm going to add a light blue into this side, and then I might leave this bottom one with this sandy color. So again, to get into our colors, because I've gotten out of it, is we come up, we click on our box, and we come up to our color. And then what I'm going to do is I want a lighter version of this blue. So to do that, we're going to actually use the gradient. So if we click on this, it's going to put that deep color into that box, which is, if you like it, hey, by all means, you are more than welcome to make this side quite dark if you want to, but I'm going to add it a little bit lighter, just so that we can see those icons, and that that side's a little bit, it doesn't draw the eye as much. So to do that, we come up to our document colors, and we're going to use this little sort of rainbow box that's got a plus sign in the middle. If we open that, it gives us our gradient. So we can lighten the color in here. So if it's a little bit too dark or a little bit too light, we can use this, and it's basically saying that this is the color, and it gives us the option to go lighter or darker. So if I was to click somewhere towards more this side, which is the white, and then it's going to lighten the color. Or if I just hold the mouse and just drag, then I can actually do the same thing. So I like quite a light color. So I'm just going to go with something like that. And then get out of that and then click off it just to have a look at, see what it looks like. So we've got our contrast between our deeper blue icons. Then we've got this sandy color, which is more of a medium color. And then we've got the light color off to the side. So that's as far as we're going to go in terms of color. Now to add those colors into the branding kit, we're going to, again, click on our on anything that's got color, come back to our color box, and then we can click to add our branding kit. And then all that we're doing is that we're putting the hex codes into here. So how we actually use the hex codes is, if you have them, you're more than welcome to type them in, or another way to get them is, if we've used the colors already, is we can come up the top here, we can click, if we click on the icon that actually has that color, come up the top here, and then we can copy and paste, get rid of that black, in, and actually add our colors that way. So as I said, you can add 3 colors into the branding kit in the free version of Canva. So now that we've finished with our colors, what we are going to do now is, if you want to go through and actually change the wording or the fonts, the way that you do that is you actually come in and say, for example, if you didn't like this particular script font, or you wanted to make the body text here a little bit more bold, the way that you do that is, we want to access the font feature for this particular text. So again, a handy point about having a template is that you've got something that you're already playing with, something that is already there. So what we're going to do to access that, say if we wanted to change the body, we click, and then it will open up along the top our font selection. So it gives the name of the font in the top corner. So if we select from the drop down, it gives you all of Canva's font options. So again, the paid or pro subscription has these yellow crowns. Anything that doesn't is included in the free. So there are a lot of free fonts. You don't necessarily need a large font library, but there are some really popular ones that I see now. NOW is a popular, this Glacial Indifference. There's this one that I've used is this Montserrat. Sure you pronounce that a bit better. And there are, your standard ones in there as well. So I recommend keeping a really clear, easy to read font and not getting too excited with the script, and only using the scripts sparingly. So this nice to meet you, and then your name, but overall just using it sparingly. So again, you can change the fonts up to the size. The size is up the top here if you want to make it a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. And then in terms of what is written here, this is mine. I have written it, so there's no copyright or anything. I give you full permission to use it if you choose. If you don't, you are more than welcome to put in there whatever you like. This is your document. I want you to customize it how you see fit. But that is an option if you choose to use it. So that's customizing your fonts. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some links. So you can add quite a number of links to this document. So in terms of the options that I have given you that all are already there is there's an email, you've got your website, and then I've got some social media icons here as well. So all of these can be links. So to create links, what we're looking for is the chain icon. So To access the chain icon, what we're going to do is we're going to hover over where we want to add the link. We're going to right click, and then it's going to give us this chain link option, or Control K from the keyboard shortcut. So all that we're doing to set a link is we're clicking this, and then we are putting in the website. So it'd be www.yourwebsite, and then all that we're doing to enable that. So I'll just put one in. So if I just put emilyexample.com, and then all that we're doing to set the link is we're hitting enter, and then it'll bring up the top this little black box that says link added. So that's how you know that the link's successfully been added. So that's to add a website. Now, to add an email, we have to put in mail to in the link. So I've put in the little box off to the side here, mail to, and then it's like the two little dots, your email address here. So that's how you actually put a link that when someone clicks on this email address, that the computer will automatically open their email and put your email as the to. So this is a really handy feature to have, particularly in business documents. And the way that we access that one is exactly the same. So we're coming to where we want our link enabled for our email, and we're right clicking, and then we're hitting link, and then we're typing in this mail to, and then the little dots, and then example. Go ahead and put your email address in there, and then exactly the same thing. When we're finished, we just hit enter, and then it comes up the top and it says that the link is added. So that's how we go ahead and add our email. And then in terms of your social media icons, I recommend before you jump in and do this, that you have your links to your social media and everything like that already organized. So for example, you would go into your Facebook page or your Facebook group and copy the URL, and then come into your Facebook icon. And again, we are right clicking, adding the link, and then you can go ahead. So this is one that I already had in here and this is the Canva Made Easy for Travel Agents group. So that is what your Facebook URL would look like. So go ahead and you add that one in there. So that is that's the links completed. So that, from a surface perspective, is a really quick way to go ahead and customize your template. You don't have to get any more excited than that. Obviously, you're going ahead and you're adding your name and your contact details over to the side here. I've included a little travel quote. You can go ahead and change any of that. If you have perhaps a mission statement or some sort of catchphrase or anything like that, you could put that there. There's really a lot of things that you can do with this template, but this is just a really good starting point. So from here, the next thing that we need to do is to download. So to download this particular document, I recommend downloading it as a PDF. And the reason being, a PDF will enable your client to click on these links and they will actually work. So if you send this document to your clients, make sure that you send it as a PDF, and then that way they can click the links. So to actually download our document, where we're going is up the top in our, is that right-hand corner, just above my picture here. So we're going to the share box, and then we're clicking on that, and then we have this is your download. You can share this to social media. So that's a really handy one if you want to share this on Facebook. If you click on that, Canva will walk you through the steps to link your Facebook account and those sort of things, so you can actually do it direct from the platform. But for the moment, we're just going to go into this little into the download option. So if we click on where it says download, and then it'll give us a few options. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it at the suggested PDF. But if you click this, you do have other options for downloading out of Canva, but it says suggested because Canva is smart and detects that there are links. So it wants to keep the links working, which is why it's suggesting as a PDF. So if we use that one, and then all that we're doing is that we're clicking download, and that's it. Canva is going to download that that announcement flyer, and that's it. That's ready to go. So what I recommend doing in any document that you have just downloaded is to open it up on your computer and go and check the links are working. So to do that, obviously you're just opening up your PDF, and then you're just clicking on that mail button, you're clicking on your website, you're clicking on your social media links, just to make sure that everything has been enabled and that it's working properly, so that when you send it to your clients and they click on these things, that they're ready to go. But that's it in terms of getting your template up to a point where you can send it out. So I hope that you have learned something today, whether that you are completely brand new to Canva, or if you have used Canva before and you're not too familiar, perhaps maybe even with the links and things. I hope that you've gotten something out of this. We will be going ahead every month and adding a new template, and I'll be going through and just doing a short little instructional video on how to maximize the customization aspect in terms of you being able to actually use these documents in your business, and so that they have your brand voice attached to them. So these are just going to be little short videos that we're going to do every month, and I hope that you enjoyed. So thank you guys. I will see you next month. Bye.